Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Ink Reader. Today I am running against time because I have a late shift and I wanted to film in the morning before going to work so I could get natural light. I am definitely getting though a proper camera for either Christmas or my birthday, which is soon after. So it's happening, the quality is hopefully gonna improve in general, and then I will be able to film at night as well. So yeah, we are almost there, it's happening. Today I want to do the November TBR with you. Again, I'm not gonna go into much details just because of time, and I had a good reading month in October. You'll see my wrap up, but I do definitely have a few books that I need to carry over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mention the ones I'm gonna carry over first, and then we're going to the TBR of books that they are kind of new and you've never seen. Not that you have never seen in general, that just I'm mentioning for the first time. So in November I will have my book club meeting, and I have to finish In the Palace of Flowers by Victoria Princeville. For that I've done a whole video about the picks for the book club that's happening in November, so I'll link it down below. And this is a historical fiction. I'm almost done and it's a pretty quick read, so I just put this aside because I want to prioritize the TBR for October. If you're interested about the synopsis of that, particularly it's in the book club video, and just for the sake of time I'm gonna keep it briefly here. And also for finishing series, I have still to finish The King of Crows by Libba Bray. The reason why I just said okay I can read this in November as well is because it's the last one in the TBR. Technically I have until the end of December to finish with my TBR, so it was the only one left on that list, and it doesn't change the fact that I'll read it in November and I finish it in November. I am still reading the fantasy book from like September, August, I don't even remember now. So probably I'm gonna use that as my commute book when I'm finishing the current read. I'm struggling with that, so yeah. But let's move on. So let's start. I'll keep the jars at the end. So the first one I am gonna read is from my Japanese horror, and it's gonna be Real World. I don't know anything about this book. I cannot give a synopsis just because I have absolutely no idea. I am currently reading another book by this author from the same for the same TBR, which is reading Japanese horror books, or like there are mostly thrillers to be fair, not very much horrors. But yeah, that's a pick for this month. 2 left, this and another one for December, and I'll be done with that TBR. And for my true crime TBR, I am gonna read The Trials of Julius the Reis, and I don't know what kind of format this has. I don't know if it's just like a script from the trial or it's a mixture of both, because I can see that it's just a not mixed media, because I guess it'd be wrong, but it's basically written it's not a novel in itself. I think there's a lot of script from the trials, so hopefully I can make my way through these and it's not too dense or boring. But in a nutshell, Julius the Reis, he was a companion of Joan of Arc, but he was also a very prolific serial killer. I think he had a big castle where he would lure young men, young children in and then brutally murder them. He has killed plenty. I think he was definitely for the time was one of the most prolific serial killers, or if not of all times. So I'm gonna read these. I'm very curious, and I hope they will not only cover the trial but also how they got around to finding out they was killing people and capture him and so forth, and what happened to him in the end. So finger crossed I can get all of that from these. Then I have Raisins by Terry Pratchett, which is book number 40, I believe, or something of the sort in the Disco War series. It's the second to last book I have to read in the whole series, and then I'll be done with the Disco War series. And this is part of a Moist von Lipwig sub-series, which is like a trilogy. This is the final book in the trilogy. I love Moist, so I'm expecting great things from these, and I love these cover, absolutely stunning. These editions are just For my non-fiction instead, I'm gonna read Know My Name, and this is Chanel telling us her version, her story, and she was a victim of a Stanford sexual assault, which I don't know anything about. I am imagining that they were both students at Stanford and a guy sexually assaulted her, and he got very few months in prison, if at all, and that's her story. And I guess it's also the enunciation of how the system works when it comes down to rape victims. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard amazing, like everybody I've heard, I've loved these 2 pieces. as you know, that's my field. I work with sexual assault victims, rape victims, so I'm really looking forward to read these. And I think, again, it takes place in America, so I might not be as familiar with the legislation as I'm here, but I can already tell that probably I'm gonna end up loving this so much. My horror TBR is finished, so I don't have anything for that, although I'm definitely always on the lookout of maybe getting some horror books for script. So by no means I'm done reading horror. Actually, I've just already got an idea for next year, so it's just that I don't have a pick because I'm done with it, and I wrapped that up just in time for Halloween, so linking down below if you want to see, you know, how much I enjoyed the books in there. And I made a list from the least liked to the most liked. And for my European TBR, I'm gonna continue on with the Jo Nesbo series, and I'm gonna read the second one, which is Cockroaches. It's on its way here. It should arrive today, but it didn't arrive in time, unfortunately. It's in the same package with Real World, so I had to put the cover in. I cannot spoil the plot of the second one, but it's an investigative series where you follow the same detective solving different crimes, and I think this takes place in Bangkok. And in terms of what country is gonna cover, this is gonna cover Norway. So let's start with picking a fantasy book. As you know, I'm reading a book in every fantasy sub-genre, and I have so many to go through. And I've been good with that. I've just one of it been carried over. All the rest I've read when I was supposed to, but I have a jar for it, which is my beautiful mug. So let's see what kind of fantasy I'm going to read this month. I'm going to open it with you. Okay. 3 Dark Crowns. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't a title that I was the most excited about. This is a YA fantasy. I've heard mixed things about these, and it's a story about these 3 sisters. Only one of them can inherit the crown, and they will have to fight and kill each other, potentially, to decide who's gonna actually become the next queen. So the premise is intriguing, and again, because the YA, it's likely to flow by very quickly. It's just a YA fantasy lately can be like hit or miss for me. So we will see. Though I will try to keep my biases away and enjoy this for what it is, and maybe I will end up loving it. I mean, the price is really cool. So, and finally I have my random jar where I'm just picking a book out of my shelves that is not part of any of the reading challenges I've set up for myself. So let me do this, but I really don't have a time to make a disaster. See, let's do this. Let's randomly pick one without making a disaster. Wow, they're flying everywhere. Okay. And this is... Okay, The Edge of Everything. I know where this is. I'm gonna grab it. I thought I knew where it was, and it wasn't where I thought it was gonna be, which lost a lot of my time. Anyway, this is The Edge of Everything. This is another YA. I guess it's the YA month in November. I have no idea what this is about. The synopsis is very confusing. I think it's kind of a love story, but there is a background where the girl has lost her dad and she has to find out who killed him or something of the sort. I could be completely wrong. Like, I doubt I ever read a synopsis that vague before. Well, I have. This can take the cake as well. So I love the cover though. And again, this is one of the mixed things about. It was kind of popular, mentioned more years ago, so as always I'm late, but let's see what I think about this. Okay, that was it for my TBR. It's a mixed bag. I think October was such a great reading month for me that I am bound to feel a bit disappointed this month regardless. It's hard to do better than October, but hopefully it's just me being negative and it's gonna be great. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Ciao.